Hey my good friend, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I recently had the chance to spend some time with the 2017 Ford F-150 with its new second generation 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 and that 10-speed automatic transmission. My first driving impressions of the powertrain as well as a full underhood tour, that's coming right up. The 2017 Ford F-150 with the 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 was upgraded with the second generation of the Landmark engine that continues to be the top engine option for power and towing. An engine that will carry on into the redesigned 2018 Ford F-150 and beyond. The second generation 3.5-liter Lima V6 comes mated to a class-exclusive 10-speed automatic transmission and got a healthy bump in output to 375 horsepower and an astounding 470 pound-feet of torque. The additional power for 2017 came by way of several enhancements to the engine, starting with an addition of port fuel injection to work hand-in-hand with its direct fuel injection. The engine can use either or both fuel injection systems for the best of both worlds. Boost comes on faster and stronger with redesigned turbochargers with lighter impellers and computer-controlled electronic wastegates that allow for boost and therefore power output to be more precisely managed. Also new in the second generation EcoBoost 3.5 is an electric water pump to keep it running while the engine is off with the new auto start-stop system. A variable displacement oil pump, a redesigned valve train, and a lighter, stronger crankshaft round out the changes. Following the airflow here can be a challenge as the intake plumbing is quite vast. Air enters up front through a snorkel and then into the filter box on the driver's side. It then flows up and splits through large resonators to the turbochargers mounted low and out of sight on either side of the engine's V. From there, tubes take the boosted charge to an air-to-air intercooler mounted ahead of the radiator and behind the front bumper before the air flows back up into a single-throat throttle body and into the composite intake manifold. The fuel injection system is for the most part hidden. On top of the valve covers you can see the fuel pressure regulators that handle the flow into the direct injectors hidden down below them. The intake manifold hides most if not all the lower pressure port fuel injection system. Servicing the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 here can be a bit more challenging than some, starting with your oil change. The filter's buried down below where reaching it around other plumbing can be a bit of a task. Checking and filling your oil, however, is easily done at the expected locations up on top. The main fuse block and battery are located together on the passenger side of the engine compartment along with the windshield washer fluid. The main coolant reservoir is right up front and center above the radiator. Brake fluid check and refills are easily done at the master cylinder, being reachable at its uncluttered location at the driver's side firewall. The air filter box is much the same way, entirely accessible without much brain damage. The 2017 Ford F-150 3.5-liter EcoBoost in the 4x4 crew cab I tested is rated at 17 mpg city, 23 mpg highway, and 20 mpg combined. In my week with it, I achieved 16 mpg combined, which is reasonably good considering the air conditioner was on at all times, which for the most part kept the auto start-stop system from kicking in. And that really gets to the driving experience here. The power is definitely noticeable over the last generation 3.5-liter EcoBoost, and the 10-speed automatic transmission does a great job of driving around town. And it can skip gears, so you don't actually have to row through every single gear as you're driving around. It can often go from 2 to 4 or 6 to 8. The great thing about it is if you punch it around town or getting on the freeway, there's always a place for it to go to put the engine at its sweet spot for the most power at the right time. And there's never any bogging or lugging, and that really is what the 10 speed's all about. It's about widening the gear ratios from start to freeway cruising and not only giving you better gas mileage at the top end, but keeping that engine in its sweet spot for fuel efficiency and power around town. So I'm very impressed with it. I really like the sound and the feel of this engine, and from behind the wheel at least, you really do never miss the fact that it's not a V8. So bravo Ford here with this engine and its latest generation. Alright my friends, there you have it for my driving impressions of the 3.5-liter EcoBoost with a 10-speed automatic transmission and of course a full underhood tour with specs and lots of information, probably more than you wanted. Now if you're looking for a full test drive review, what this truck's like to live with, click down below in the information section. I've got links to our last couple of videos we've done on the current generation F-150 and what it's actually like to live with, and with a couple different engines that we've tested. Also, click right there, see our latest test drive, or right here, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Either way, stay tuned.